way to trap those nasty, biting, stinging, buzzing insects that are ruining any holiday party that you have, or any barbecue, or any picnic. The best part about it is you don't do anything. All you do is hang it wherever you want. We have your choice of half-acre size or a full-acre size, whatever you want, and watch those bugs disappear. Nobody wants to ruin a cookout. You got people over, and your friends are getting bitten, and they're itching, and they're scratching. What's the solution? Oh, now I'm gonna cover myself with some nasty bug spray that's got Lord knows what kind of chemical inside there. And now I smell like bug spray, which is ruining my meal while I'm trying to eat. I'm telling you, the only Today Special with DynaTrap of the year, the first time that we've ever done it. My good friend Peter Kilcullen is here.
Hey, Guy.
We get to spend an hour together.
It's awesome.
Which I'm always excited about, but I will tell you, this product has revolutionized how people take care of their friends and family when they're entertaining outdoors. I mean, the thing is amazing. Now, I mentioned earlier, Peter, that we have 2 different sizes, and that's just based on how much property you have, right?
Sure, exactly, how big of an area. But for many people, if you're thinking, hey, I just cannot take it anymore. I was thinking about a lot of people may have had Memorial Day weekend and you wanted to go outside. So if it was a real buggy and bitey and smacky kind of weekend, this is going to be perfect, because you can get this home and you can start, taking back the outdoors. You're starting to really enjoy your summer and not have to deal with that huge hassle of mosquitoes and a whole bunch of other bugs as well. For me, and certainly here in Florida, I get bit like crazy. Mosquitoes are the worst for me, and this does such a great job with the mosquitoes. So again, it's really up to you to decide. Full acre or half acre. I was using the half acre for a really long time, almost a year. I thought it was great, but then I did get the full acre. And it's unbelievable. Well, it collects so many bugs. And even if you just have, you're in the middle and you're between a half and a full, whatever, I always say, go big. Just because you're obviously going to get more insects inside there, but it's really a combination of technologies. And what I love about them is they're all really passive technologies that really allow the bugs to get in there without you having to do anything. Like, I couldn't stand putting on, chemicals and stuff like that, and then you smell like it. You have to shower. If you're going anywhere, you can't leave the house because you smell like bug spray. I mean, I have tried them all. I mean, just using the spray, that's kind of the simple one that we've all done. And, it's really hard to do if you're eating outside, things like that. But let's, want to talk about how this works? Yeah, well, even before that, can I just show show everybody the exact size and color configuration. So the ones that I have in front, these are for the half acre, and they're gonna work that property. And if you're not sure about the size of your property, you can always check it out. I mean, it's easy to figure out whether you got an acre and a half acre. We'll talk about the dimensions in just a bit. But you have 3 color choices. The one next to me, this is called Stone, and it's just kind of like a light grayish brown color. It also comes in bronze, which is in the middle. Always very popular, and then it comes in black. The same larger version has the same colors. It's either stone, bronze, or black. The smaller one is, like we said, better for sort of a medium to small yard. And then the larger, you can use it for even a small yard. If it's me, I would buy the big one just because I want more. You get everything that you need, including backup bulbs for these. You get a full year of bulbs to go with either the smaller size or the larger size. We're including those. Let me show you the value really quick. On the half acre, if you try to pick it up anywhere, it's $115, and the replacement bulbs are another $18. That's $133. If you get it today, you're getting over $50 off the smaller size, all right? If you want to get the larger size, it's $150 pretty much everywhere else, and then you get $28 for the bulbs. The bulbs are expensive. We're including the extra bulbs, and you can see the price goes down to $126 if you are sick and tired of dealing with biting insects. And the worst one, obviously the worst culprit are your mosquitoes and your little fleas and gnats, right? That just drive you crazy, right? You don't even see them. And all of a sudden it's too late because they've already bitten you. I had my last girlfriend, might have been one of the reasons she left. She got eaten alive on my patio every time. She wouldn't even go out there, Peter. Yeah, I mean, again, in Florida, I'm the same way. Forever, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to eat outside because of the mosquitoes. But this changes all that, because here's the thing that's great about this when you compare it to all those other methods. So we're not using chemicals. We're not doing something that's temporary. We're not trying to make those mosquitoes go away. We're going to collect those mosquitoes, so we're actually doing something to reduce that population of mosquitoes in your yard, which I think is really great. So how are we doing that? I'm going to show you on this one right here the different ways that DynaTrap has come up with amazing technology technology to make this happen. And it's simple, it's safe, and it's virtually silent when you see this thing. So look at that. We've got the light right there. You can see we've got that UV light, that blue light. This is a specifically designed temperature of that light that the bugs are attracted to. It draws them in. Now that light is going to warm up. So the warmth will bring them in, but then the warmth is going to warm up this plate down the bottom that's coated in titanium dioxide, and that's going to create carbon dioxide. And as you know, Guy,
that's what we
exhale. So here's exactly what we're doing again. We're doing the UV bulb, specifically designed to attract those bugs, those predatory bugs, the ones that bite us. The coated surface is going to produce that CO2, that carbon dioxide. And then what happens is when they get close to this, that fan, that powerful fan, is going to pull them in. It's going to suck, almost vacuum those bugs in, and they go down into the bottom, into this collection bin, and they expire, Guy. It's over. They go in.
They're done.
They don't come out. It's true.
It's the easiest thing you can do this summer that's going to help you really enjoy the time that you spend outdoors. And I have been a huge fan of this product. You know, we're here in Florida, and I don't know where you live exactly, but I know, you know, you get to that time of year, no matter where you live, that the mosquitoes start to come out. You know, they're attracted to the you know, basically the CO2 that your body gives off. Right. They're attracted to light. It's a combination of technologies that really sucks them in. And then the fan, of course, as it pulls them in, destroys them as they go into there. Easy to clean up. We'll get into that as well. Now, here's what we're doing that's also extra special, including, in addition to the Today Special, they're giving you a 90-day return policy on this to try it out. So you get 90 days. Normally, it's a 30-day. If you don't, you know, if you're unhappy, you return it. You basically get to use this for the entire summer, all right? And check it out and try it and see how it works for you. That's how sure that the DynaTrap people are that this is gonna work for you. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter where you live. And it's so interesting, people think like, you know, I wonder if people get bugs like in Alaska. Some of the worst bugs on the planet are up in places you wouldn't believe because of the water and the northern climate.
You know what I can show you?
I'm from New England. It's crazy up there in the summer.
Guy, I've got a bin right here.
That's just nasty.
This is what it looks like when your DynaTrap collects the bugs. Yeah, I see a lot of faces over there. Their mouths are hanging open. Check this out, Guy. So this came from a suburb of Chicago, so in Illinois. And I thought the same thing. You're like, oh, those colder climates, are the bugs really that bad? The bugs do get bad, and that's what I'm finding out. This is about 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Show that again. Come on close. So this is what had the potential to be biting your arms and your legs. Ladies, you know when you how about your ankles, right? I always, it's like, I don't know why, and I don't know the difference, you know, male or female, why bugs are attracted to whatever. I have no clue. Well, all I know is that I've known, like my mom too, it's like when she goes outside, like around her ankles, behind her calves, you know, they lay down there and they just bite you. And you know, when you think about mosquitoes, they're not a one and done like a lot of hornets and things like that. Mosquitoes can bite you over and over.
You know, they're biting you. They need your blood. They need your blood to create this enzyme from your blood that they need. But here's what's happening. Think about this. And here are the, real quick, here are the bugs that have been independently, third-party tested. Mosquitoes, flies, wasps, hornets, stink bugs, and the moths. Yeah, the moths can be a real problem in many areas. When you talk about, you got moths, you got caterpillars, you reduce that population. So here's what's so crazy about these mosquitoes, because I know personally they're definitely the worst for me, that the female mosquitoes are laying eggs, hundreds of eggs, multiple times. So anytime you could trap and remove one of those female mosquitoes from your area, because think about this, mosquitoes aren't traveling all around your neighborhood. They're hatching, and here's the scary part, in less than a ½ inch of water, standing water, they can start hatching and producing these mosquitoes. They stay in that area. So you're not even getting your neighbor's mosquitoes. They're staying in one small area. So if you can reduce that population, even taking out 1 or 2 females from this cycle, that's pretty nice.
So you're controlling, you are literally controlling your own environment. I'm glad you said that, because I've always like, well, if I get rid of them, are they just more gonna come back? You are taking care of your property. It'd be nice if your neighbor got one too. Obviously, you know, it's like when you deal with things like termites, you know, they'll jump from place to place and everybody, but with this, you are protecting your own place. Here's a kind of a close-up of how it works, and Peter will take you through it.
That's the fan. You're seeing those bugs, and this is what happens when they realize that this is not something that they can and get the blood, they get sucked down into that trap. They can't get out. and then they expire. So it really is an amazing, different way. And here's a cool thing about this. So now we want to talk about, where do you put this? So what do I do with it when I get home?
Let's say I'm you know, my mom out there or whatever, or grandma or whatever, and I say, listen, I want this product. I know how big of a size I want, but when you get it out of the box, what do you do?
Yeah, putting it together is really simple. You're actually going to you just spin and put the bottom trap together.
Yeah.
That just goes on. I can show you that in a moment.
Takes 2 seconds.
Right, exactly. But the real important thing here is, where do you put it? So we have to decide between the acre and the half acre, and we can talk about that a little bit. But I want you to understand, when you get this home, you're going to plug it in. You want to put it, guy, for instance, you and I are out here. This might be our patio area. This might be where we're eating or spending time outdoors. You see we have one back there, Guy?
Yeah.
So we have one back there. You want to have this about 20 to 25 feet away from where you are. Because, Guy, you're over there. What we want to do, you know what's funny, Guy? A lot of these different things that you have, if you're burning candles and things like that, the bugs have to be right on top of you before that works. Right. What if we can take the bugs away from the area you want to enjoy? Pull them in over there, attract them over there, and trap them so they're away from you. So normally you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't put one on the table where you're spending time. 20 to 25 feet away, and you're gonna take all the mosquitoes, bring them over there.
You're trying to create a bigger target than you.
Right.
And that's what it's going to do. I want you to think of this as like a concentration of a bunch of people, because that's the kind of amount of CO2 that it gives off. And that light, you remember the old school bug zappers that had the ultraviolet light that was also electrically charged on the grate, so they would go in and they would zap, and then you'd have to smell burning bugs, which is not a nice
noisy
thing. And it's noisy. Well, and it's very distracting. And to me, it just tells everybody at your party that you have bugs flying around and you're killing them. It just, and you want this process to take place quietly. These are on. You hear anything?
There's 7 of them plugged in, guys.
7 of them are on at the same time, and I don't hear anything. You know what's funny? Every so often, I will see a bug come in and disappear.
Yeah, there was a few
we're out here,
in this one.
It's still dark here on, you know, in Florida, being 6:50 in the morning. But I am watching them actually going in. That is such a great feeling to know that you're controlling a thing. I mean, listen,
exactly, but
I'm never going to kill all the bugs on the planet. I'm not trying to do that.
Right.
I just don't want them around me.
Exactly, but think about this. When you get it home and plug it in, you turn it on. Guy, you are going to leave this on 24 hours a day. This is what's so great about it, and I really want to make sure everyone understands that. You don't have to turn it off when you go in. You don't turn it on and say, oh, we're going to be spending some time outdoors. Maybe I'll turn on the DynaTrap. No, leave it on 24/7. Because think about this. If we're talking about collecting and trapping those bugs, you could do it while you're sleeping. This even collects the bugs during the day. So you're trapping those mosquitoes, those bugs, whatever gives you a problem at your yard, all the time, 24/7. And that's what I think separates this from all those others. You know, when you go outside, you're only going to spray while you're there. Then you're only going to have the candles burning while you're outside. It's not enough. This is doing something while you're sleeping. This is working all the time. That's why we give you a year's supply of bulbs. And I want to mention, if you got the big one, the 1 acre version, that's going to be about 10 cents a day to run that.
Yeah,
if you got the half acre, 3 cents a day.
Yeah.
So this is something that you can definitely leave on all the time. And then you don't have to constantly keep purchasing more and more. We give you a year's supply of those bulbs. And if you live up north, remember, bugs are really, that 50-degree mark is kind of what we talk about with bugs, that if it gets above 50 degrees, those mosquitoes are going to start coming out. Those bugs are going to be out. But if you're in a northern climate, as soon as it gets below 50 degrees, so maybe 3 or 4 months of the year, you're not going to use this. So that year's supply of bulbs can last even longer because you're not using it for several months.
And listen, I don't even know if we've ever done this before. We're going to give you not 30 and not 60, but 90 days to try it out. That's your trial period. Normally, everybody gets 30 days, and you know, if you're unhappy for any reason, you can return it. This company is so sure this is going to work for you throughout the summer, they're going to give you the whole summer. Try it out for a summer, all right? And I'm telling you, it's going to make a huge difference. And I would really implore to grandparents out there, moms and dads, is there anything worse than a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old that's scratching from mosquitoes? They're so miserable, and those poor little kids, they get welts on them from mosquitoes. It's terrible.
No, they really do.
I mean, it's awful, especially if you get them around your wrists or you get them on your ankles and areas. And, you know, I've been bitten, but like between your fingers, and you're just sitting there forever on your face.
I get bit. It's unbelievable.
Go for it. Remember, we're doing a special here, okay? You got a 90-day trial period. You choose either the one for your medium to large medium yard or a larger yard, half acre or full acre. If you want to get it on FlexPay, The half acre is only $15.96. The full acre on 5 Flex is $25 to get it home. It's even less if you have an HSN credit card because we'll give you an extra flex pay. Get it home now while they're $50 to $60 off. Our sister network, QVC, they do an amazing business with this, and their people are so happy.
They love it.
And we wanted to bring it here for our customer as well, so that you guys can utilize it. But take advantage. I mean, now's the time, right, Pete?
No, exactly. This is the time. And you're talking about the 90-day. I believe if you know you have a problem and you want to have something like this in your home, because you have a problem with mosquitoes or other types of bugs, you're going to notice a difference, or you're going to see inside of your DynaTrap in a week. Because remember, this has been independently tested. It's going to take care of mosquitoes, flies, wasps, hornets, moths, and stink bugs. But if you have other bugs at your house, it's going to work for those as well. We just haven't independently tested for all the bugs. There's a lot of bugs, Guy.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Guy, can I mention this? I know
please,
we had a lot
Pete.
of questions at midnight last night, or tonight. Was it still tonight? Last night? That it's not going to collect or trap the good fellas, the good bugs, specifically bees, right? We all know we want those pollinators out there, so it's not going to attract bees.
Doesn't hurt your bees.
Things like butterflies, for instance, we love butterflies. It's not going to attract those as well. So just those predatory biting insects, it's going to do a great job.
Like you said, hornets.
Hornets, wasps, flies, and mosquitoes.
Hey, you ever been stung by a hornet? I once, when I was a kid, we have time so I can tell these crazy stories. I was once when I was a kid, me and my buddy Paulie, his grandfather had an old beat up red pickup truck that we used to play in. So season went by, it was a brand new summer. We're like, hey, let's go up to your grandpa's truck. So we shut the doors and get in there, and we start hearing the buzzing noise. Apparently a hornet's nest crawled inside this old beat up truck. I got stung and my buddy Paulie got stung like 4 times. I got stung like 6 times. A hornet's bite is unbelievably painful. And you know, you don't need those things running around. And they're attracted to your food products, to your sugary products, to the cookout smell. They're attracted to you because you give off that CO2. If you want to work on helping with that problem, you need to get yourself a DynaTrap. We have 2 sizes, half acre or full acre, 3 colors. It comes in that stone color, it comes in bronze, and it comes in black. Pete, now I plug this in, right?
Right. So
let's talk about setup.
Exactly. 24/7 you want to run this. When you have the half acre,
run it all the time.
24 hours a day, it's going to work when you're sleeping. It's going to continue to trap those bugs. Now, this is a lot closer than you would want it. You would want it 20 feet away, but just for our television shots here, so it's in there, you can see it. But 20 feet away, because it's going to attract them. Remember, the blue light's going to bring them in, the warmth, it's producing that CO2, that carbon dioxide, just like when we exhale our breath, and it does a great job. We have the chain. We also have a mount. If you want to mount it to a fence, you can put it on that mount. But it really does an amazing job. Now, half acre or acre, I know we keep talking about that. It's a big question. I wanted to say, for instance, if you know you have an acre's worth of property, but maybe you have a front porch and then you have your backyard, I would go with 2 half acres, 1 in the front and 1 in the back. Because if you think about just using 1 in the backyard, even though you have an acre, if your house is in the middle, that's going to act as a barrier. You know, we talk about this working at 360 degrees. Right? If you know, when you drop a stone in a still lake and then those rings go out from when you drop something in the water, this is the same way, but that house is going to act as a barrier. So think about where you're doing it. If you have a small patio, a kind of little garden apartment type, a half acre is going to be perfect. I used a half acre for a long time. We don't have a massive backyard, and it worked great. But then, just recently, I put the full acre back there as we were leading up to our today's special with it. And it is amazing because it really is that much more powerful with a fan and the brightness. It does a great job. So if you want to have some real success, and you can go for that full acre, it does a great job.
And the feeling you'll get every time you have to empty that thing out of, oh my gosh, look at all the insects that were living off my land, living off me, living off my kids, off my grandkids, the biting mosquitoes, the flies, the hornets, the wasps, the moths, all those different stink bugs, right? I used to go out to Tennessee, visit a girl, a friend of mine, and man, stink bugs everywhere, all over.
Exactly.
And they get in your house, they're all over. It's a great way to be able to take care of it. You want to go to our phones really quick?
That'd be great, yeah.
We've got Donna. I think Donna's in Maryland, so let's say hi to Donna. Welcome into HSN, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for waiting. I know we've been talking, but I wanted to ask you, did you just pick one up for the first time, or do you already own it?
I actually got one initially in the spring.
Yeah.
The half acre.
Okay.
And I set it up outside. I have so many mosquitoes in my yard that every time I go out, I get 5+ bites every time I go out because of gardening. Yep. I had last year from the rain and flooding an actual creek carved in my yard, which runs all the time. When I hung my DynaTrap up, I actually had a swarm of mosquitoes over the top before I could even get it turned on.
Isn't that crazy?
This year, my mom asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said I wanted the larger DynaTrap.
Good for you.
Set that up, and I have not had one mosquito bite this year, which I am totally amazed.
Great.
Donna, that is such a cool story. And you know what? I know you're not alone. I can tell you every person in my life, you know, Donna, I said earlier, I don't know what it is. It's like certain people get bit worse than other people. I don't understand it, but it sounds like you were one of those poor sufferers that
Me too.
you must be real sweet. They just chasing you around, Donna.
I work at a garden center part-time, and when anybody comes in and asks me, what can I do for the mosquitoes? I don't tell them to get any sprays.
Good for you.
I tell them to get a DynaTrap.
Oh, that's
great. Thanks,
and you work in gardening, so that, you know, that's a really great testimonial. Donna, thank you so much, and you have a relaxing and enjoyable summer.
Thanks, Donna.
I will try to do that.
All right, see you, Donna. So I love what she talked about because she's a gardener, all right? And a lot of us love to work in the yard, but we won't go out there after dusk because we're just afraid we're going to get swamped and eaten alive. And I know, you know, I've seen kids putting, you know, toxic stuff on their skin. And not only that, a lot of it is oil-based so that it lasts longer. You're also blocking your pores. I mean, it's not good for you any way you look at it. This is a more natural way in that you don't have to do anything to you. You're treating the environment, and you're not getting somebody out there with a bunch of toxic sprays that are going to kill a lot of other living creatures. This just works on the ones that you don't want around when you're enjoying the outdoors, all right? Like I said before, it's like, you know, when we talk about our pest control products for like cockroaches and all that. Hey, listen, I know my job is not to eliminate them from the planet. They were here before us, and they'll probably be here after. I just don't want to hang out with them. That's the only issue. I just want my own space. And for a lot of us, when summertime comes, you know, as soon as it starts to get dark, we go inside. We don't even want to deal with it anymore. I know a lot of people. I was talking about my mom and, you know, my old girlfriend from Tennessee. That girl would come inside and she would have 7 or 8 bites. And I'd be like, and half the time she's like, I didn't even know I got bit until they start to itch and scratch. Have you ever laid in bed at night with that 1-2 mosquitoes, you're just itching it, and it won't go within you. Now let me put some of this, I'll put some lotion on it. Nothing works because once the mosquito's already bitten you, whatever the residual from the mosquito's in there, whether it's part of its stinger or whatever it is, that takes a while before that thing's gonna go away. The answer is right there in front of you. Get yourself a DynaTrap like Donna. Put it up and watch the mosquito population, the fleas, whatever it is out there that we talked about that it covers. Watch them fade away and gradually disappear so that you can have your barbecues, you can have your picnics.
Sure.
I mean, Peter, we got 4th of July. We just had all the graduation ceremonies. And now is the time to get it because the temperature's gone up.
Sure,
We're getting a lot of rain everywhere.
No question. The Northeast had tons and tons of rain.
My brother said it rained 28 out of 31 days.
There you go.
In Connecticut.
And you know, again, remember, these mosquitoes, they can hatch out of less than a ½ inch of water. And sometimes you don't know where that standing water is. Standing water can be in the leaves of your plants, and that's enough for these mosquitoes. And again, we talked about the female mosquitoes are laying so many eggs, and then they're hatching. They do it repeatedly. This is a way to reduce that population, capture them. We're not trying to push them out of the way temporarily and repel them. We're going to attract them, we're going to trap them, and we're going to do it safe. It's going to be silent. And you know, here might be my favorite thing. You don't have to constantly go back to this trap every day or every week or even every month to, you know, from maintenance or put more stuff in or put more money towards it. We have that blue light that draws in those predatory insects, those mosquitoes. For me, it's the mosquitoes. And then we have that heat is going to produce that carbon dioxide. The fan's going to draw them in. And what are we working on? Independently tested mosquitoes, flies, wasps, hornets, stink bugs, and the moths. And then you're thinking, well, I have other bugs. If you have other bugs, predatory biting insects just like those, it's going to work on those. Look at, there he is. He thinks that he's around a human. He's not. Too late. He's vacuumed in. He's pulled in by that powerful fan into that collection bin where he is going to expire. So this is such a great way. It's so different than those other methods that it's not loud. It's safe. There's no chemicals involved. You know, I was thinking about how many times I would buy the stuff that you could attach to the hose and then you spray it all around your yard. And maybe even if it works for 1 minute, it's like you were talking about, what am I spraying? Then do you know that I actually got so desperate because I've tried other methods that I had the people coming every month to spray the yard. And that was, I don't know what was going on there. It seemed to work for a minute. Then I wasn't even sure they were coming anymore.
It's not an ongoing treatment.
Right. It's a temporary. I think that just repels them to go just outside of your yard. And as soon as it kind of goes away, they come back. It didn't work. This, you can go out there, and I know that you're not going to need 90 days to see that this is going to trap those things. If you suffer through mosquitoes or being out there, so it's you mentioned the kids, it's a great one, and you can enjoy your outside. Maybe it's just to be out there long enough to be able to barbecue and have some fun doing it, and then to eat outside. If you're missing those things, I think this would be such a great solution.
And again, you're talking about spot treatments. That's what all those are. You know, it's funny because here in Florida, we have issues with termites and things like that. And I did a lot of research on stuff. And, you know, a lot of people go out there, and this is just my own opinion, but a lot of people out there and get their house tented. And then it's like, okay, so that takes care of them for that day. You know, they can come back at any time. You're not doing a regular treatment, whereas with ground termites, you know, you put the stakes in the ground, and that actually works over and over and over. This is the same type of treatment. It works every single day, 24/7. You don't turn it off, right?
Yes,
you
that's
keep
important.
it on, and that's really important because it's going to continue, and you're going to empty that bug out. In fact, the more you have to empty it, I think is good because it's telling you you're getting rid of bugs.
But on that full acre, I mean, think about how many bugs that you would have to have in there to even think it's time to empty it. I mean, again, if you're collecting mosquitoes, they're almost nothing. They don't take up a lot of space. So this isn't something that I've got to go out and empty my DynaTrap every week or every month. We had a caller who said he emptied his after a year. He was collecting mosquitoes, but it was a year because they don't really amount to a whole lot when those bugs are trapped in there. And I wanted to talk about that when you use it 24/7, we're giving you enough of the bulbs for a full year. So it's on 24/7. We give you bulbs for a full year. You will start to notice that the bulbs will tend to dim. It's about 4 months that you're going to get out of your bulbs.
You are leaving them on all the time.
24/7. That's really important because that's how it's going to work. It's working while you're not home. It's working while you're sleeping. And that's the great thing. So we're giving you enough. When you have the full acre, it takes 2 bulbs. So you have 2 in it when you get it. And then we're giving you 4 more. If you have the half acre, it has a bulb in it. And we're giving you 2 more because it just takes the single bulb. But a year's worth of bulbs. And again, if you're not using it all 365 days of the year like we might do in Florida because it's always warm. When it's below 50 degrees, those bugs aren't out, and you're going to be able to take that in and put it in the garage. And that's another thing. This half acre is going to be really excellent. You know, I have a barn at home, not a working barn. We call it a barn. But it's a great way to put that in a barn or a big garage, or if you do have like a real barn with animals, a lot of flies and things like that, that's going to be perfect in those areas as well.
A barn. I don't
You've seen it. You probably didn't notice.
I don't know if I've been in the barn. All right.
I don't know why we call it a barn. It's not really a barn.
Let me tell you something. Well, I don't know if you don't have any livestock over there, but
I do not.
If you do live in a farm area, you know how bad insects can be. By the way, each one of them comes with this really heavy-duty hook on the top so that you can hang this anywhere you want. We also have the little shepherd's connector that you can pick up. I think it's less than $20.
Yeah, you can get that.
The hook, so if you want to mount that to a tree or to a post somewhere, if you want to put it in the corner of your property and put it on a fence post, you can do that as well.
Yeah, the half acre also comes with a chain. I have mine hanging from the chain.
Yeah, I like the chain.
So I have it hanging from the chain, and also the half acre has a mounting bracket, so you just can attach that to a fence post, and then it just slips down on there. It doesn't even have to be permanent. You can lift it off. You can put it back on there.
There's the hook, by the way. If you want to be able to stake that somewhere, you can do it. 661-967 and less than $20. Let me quickly, because we have another caller, and I'm going to get to them in just a sec. I want to go through what the offer is again. So You have two choices. The product is called DynaTrap, and this comes with a 90-day trial period, so you can try it out wherever you live. You have your choice of either the half acre or the full acre. I think the full acre is the way I would go. I think the difference in price, I think I'd rather have a big one, even if I'm on the fence of not knowing how big my property is. But you'll basically know if you have a really small, tiny yard, you might want to go the small. But if you have a larger yard, you go the bigger one.
Right.
You have your choice of colors on this. This color is called Stone, and it looks just like that. It's just kind of a sort of an off-white, kind of a grayish color. Comes in bronze. It also comes in black. Doesn't matter, they all work the same. To utilize this, all you do is you take it outside at a decent distance from your property. You don't want it right where you're eating or right where you're hanging out. You don't need that, because you want to offer an attraction away from where you are that's going to help control that insect population. So you put it up, you plug it in, whatever you got to do, all right? It's weatherproof, all that stuff. And you leave it on for 24/7 during the months where you have bugs, and you watch as they disappear in your neighborhood and in your area. It is unbelievable. Now, the bottom of the screen, you're seeing the flex pay. If you don't know what flex pay is, it's just a way to divide up the payment. So if you get the half acre, it's only $15.96 to try it. If you want to get the larger one, it's only $25. And you get it home, you try it for 90 days. And if you are not completely satisfied, you can return it. If you have an HSYNC credit card, your payments will be even less, because we're going to add the extra flex pay, making it like, what, $14 to get the small one home. It is such a good deal, and only $21 for the large one.
Nice.
Get them home before they sell out. Picnics, patios, parks. Take it with you when you go. Hey, take it with you when you're camping. Yeah, plug it in somewhere.
Right, we had a caller who likes to take theirs, when they go camping with the RV, and they can just put that half acre out there, because it does start to work immediately.
So here is what the half acre will cost you if you pick it up outside of HSN. It's $115 plus $18 if you want to get the extra bulbs, which we supply. That's $133, right? Or you can pay $79. Now, if you want to get the larger one is another great discount, okay? Rather than paying $150 and change, and $28 for the bulbs, which is $184. That's only $126. That's about $60 off, and $50 off on the smaller one. Today is the day to buy it. People that buy these, I always say, when I see these in a neighborhood, I'm like, that's somebody that's planning on spending some time outdoors. That's somebody that does not want to go to bed every night with itchy bites on their legs or their ankles or their wrists, or have to listen to their grandkids while they're, moaning in the back room because they got eaten alive by mosquitoes. Have you ever been to a function or a party? I went to a wedding once that was up in the sticks in Connecticut. People got eaten alive. You know what they had out there? They had the citronella tiki torches, and they thought that would work. But you know what? They didn't light them until when everybody got there. The insects were all there already.
That's such a great example of that. When you have these things and you only use them or turn them on when you're outside, it's too late.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can have something like this that's working all the time, you're gonna love it. And here's what it's doing. We're not trying to repel them. We're not trying to keep them away. We're gonna attract them 20 to 25 feet from where you're spending time outdoors. And then it's going to, basically that fan is gonna suck them in to that container, that basket, and they're going to expire. They are not gonna get back out. And that is why you're gonna start to reduce the population, whatever the bug is that's giving you problems. Guy, I'll even be able to open this up and I'll show you that collection basket, because it's super easy to take it on and off. Basically just, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and you do that. And then I'll show you this on top. Let me show you right here. So on top, when the fan is on, you see that? That's the area that allows the bugs to get in, but not to get out. And you just lift that, I'll do that. I'll lift that out, and then you just empty that. We even include a little brush. You can brush it out.
Right.
There's bugs in there.
I just saw a couple fly out.
Well, what happens is, I did that earlier, and it did the same thing. What you want to do is to empty this maybe in the late afternoon the following day, where they have a chance to expire in there. They're done, and then you can empty it. And then back on is super simple as well, guys.
Right on. No worries. Yep. We're gonna go back to our phones, and we're gonna say hi to Terry. Terry's from Texas. Hi, Terry. Welcome to HSN.
Hi.
Hello, Terry. Do you own this, or are you buying it for the first time?
I got mine 6 years ago.
Wow.
Tell me about it.
It is the best thing I have ever bought.
Tell us about it, Terry.
I bought it 6 years ago because we have a creek running through our subdivision, and we had mosquitoes at our front door. All my neighbors, you couldn't walk in the front door because there were hundreds of mosquitoes hanging around the front door.
Yeah.
And I got sick of it, and I decided I'm going to buy a DynaTrap and take a chance. And I turned that thing on, and I did like they said at the time, turn it on, leave it on 24 hours a day.
Yeah,
I ran it all summer up until the weather got cold. Then I turned it off and brought it in. Then when it started warming up again, I turned that sucker on. I had it on for 2 solid years from spring till winter.
Good for you.
And do you know that I have chicks, I stopped running it after the 3rd year. I didn't even need to run it the 2nd year, I don't think, but I did it just to make sure not one mosquito since I turned that on. Well, I guess it's been, I bought it about 6 years ago.
Oh, it's good to hear.
I ran it for 2 solid springs and summers, nonstop.
That is great.
And replaced my bulbs when I needed to.
Sure.
And we've had nothing but rain all spring this year.
Right.
Not one mosquito. I haven't even been running it this year.
That's great.
I checked with all my neighbors that live like 4 and 5 streets away. They have not had one mosquito. I think I completely eliminated the cycle in my whole subdivision.
That is amazing.
I absolutely love to hear that. Well, you know what, Terry? You've made a difference, and that's what it's all about. Thank you so much for your call. We appreciate it, Terry.
That's great.
Have a great day. You know what I love about what Terry said was the fact that, she kept it on and she watched the mosquito population decrease.
Sure.
Down to practically nothing. Obviously, we're not making claims it's going to kill every mosquito on the planet, but what we can say is this is going to make a huge difference in the space that you live in. And I love, Terry had a great experience with hers. I know where I live. I'm very close, where I'm very close to the beach, but we're Florida. We get rain, storms all the time. There's a lot of standing groundwater. I have plants, because I'm the gardening guy. So I have plants, I have plants all over my deck, and sometimes there's water on the catch bowls underneath.
Exactly, that can be enough for them to hatch those mosquitoes, and it can be really bad. And we talked about it earlier, they stay in that area, those mosquitoes.
Right.
The female mosquito is laying eggs multiple times, hundreds of eggs.
Oh my gosh.
So every single time you trap a mosquito, that could be up to 1,200 baby mosquitoes that you've avoided having to deal with. And just like Terry, everyone has the same story that they've had a problem, and I think it's mostly mosquitoes, and this excels when it comes to mosquitoes, and it's going to reduce that population that you are going to enjoy the outdoors. Leave it on 24/7, just like she said. Put it 20 to 25 feet away from where you're going to be, and that is going to attract them, trap them.
Yeah.
It's great.
You know what I love is we have 3 of these things on, and I am actually watching insects coming between us and getting drawn into this thing. It's hilarious. And I'm like, that's what it's meant to do. Remember, when you put it up, don't put it up on your table where you're eating. That's not what you want to put it away so that the mosquitoes and the fleas and the hornets and the wasps are attracted to it away from where you're hanging out. That's the whole point of the thing.
2 to 6 feet off the ground is really kind of a recommended height on where you should put it. 2 to 6 feet, because that's kind of the fly zone for these predatory ones. Yeah, it's where we are. That's where they're going to be trying to get us. So 2 to 6 feet off the ground is perfect. You find that spot, and you will see a difference really quickly.
I love that it just kind of looks like a camp lantern. Honestly, anybody that's gone camping, it looks like a regular lantern, either a medium or a larger size. Remember, the larger size is what a lot of people are going for, because they're like, you know what? For the extra amount of money and the minimal amount of flex pay each month, I'll get the bigger one. I'd rather have it work more than I need than less than I need. So that's an option. Or get to, like Peter said, if your house is in the middle of your property and you have an acre, maybe get a smaller one for the front and a smaller one for the back.
If you want to do the front and the back.
That's not a bad idea to be able to do that. Now remember, this is a 1-day only value. It's our best value of the day. The price is going to go back up at midnight. The flex pay that you see in front of you down there at the bottom is all going to go away. This is the day to buy it. It's the time of year to buy it. We are in June. I don't need to tell you what your place is going to be like coming up in the next few weeks, but that's when the insects are going to start. You know, they're out there, they're mating, they're laying eggs, and then full out. And by the time July and August get here, they're going to be everywhere. So what DynaTrap did with us is instead of the normal 30-day trial period, you can try these for all of June. You can try them for all of July. You can try them for the rest of August. That's the summer, folks. If you don't agree with our callers, with Terry, what Terry just talked about, right? And how it changed her whole property. If you don't agree, you can return it without any questions, okay? I rarely do you ever see, I've never seen that here, but normally 30 days to try it, send it back. 90 days, all right? You get to put it outside and you get to experience. And I like that you're doing that because it may take that long to watch that population shrink down, right? And all of a sudden you're like, it's getting better and better every day. You know, I walk outside and now I'm not swamped with them. What Terry said, they were lining up at the door because they know that CO2 is inside. And let me tell you this, did you ever get a mosquito in your house?
Yes.
Trying to go to bed?
Yes.
And it's flying in and out of your ear? That I can't sleep. I will stay awake until I find it. It's terrible.
Exactly. But it really, I think when you get this home and you have your own horror story, we all have them, and you're thinking about whatever that bug is, and if it's mosquitoes, and you're getting this home, you are going to see, right there, you can already see that one guy that we have behind us has been out here for just about a week. You will notice a difference. You will look in there and you will see how it is trapping those mosquitoes. You see the blue light. That's what attracts those mosquitoes. The blue light heats up, and with that titanium dioxide coating on that metal, it is creating carbon dioxide, mimicking what we exhale, our breath, the CO2, and it draws them in. And then when those mosquitoes get close, they've made a mistake, because now that fan is going to draw them in. So I believe, Guy, that you're not going to need 90 days. You have 90 days, but you will see in a week how much this can collect, how many bugs that we can trap, that we're not just trying to make them go away temporarily, we are going to trap those bugs. We have this independently tested. Mosquitoes, ooh, that's big. Flies, wasps, hornets, stink bugs, and moths. But if you know that you have a different bug at home, it's going to trap those. If it's a biting predatory insect, it will trap those as well. And then it won't harm, and it's not going to trap the important bugs, bees, the pretty bugs, the butterflies, things like that.
No,
so it's not going to get only those predatory biting insects.
And it starts to work the second that you turn it on, and it'll work. Remember, you leave it on 24/7, leave it on for the whole summer. These bulbs are meant to be left on during the busy season. We're going to give you backup bulbs to go along with this, and you can pick up extra bulbs from that point. You can get them here, you can get them, and probably find them most anywhere. But get this product home, all right? I don't want to hear people complaining all summer that they had to deal with bugs. The nice thing is you don't have to put those nasty sprays and chemicals, which not only are you putting on your skin, but you're breathing in every time. When you put something on your skin, and if you can smell it, you're breathing it in as well. So it's going into your body that way, in that way too. So this is a way to eliminate that. This is a clean way and a more economical way, an eco-friendly way to be able to control the population. Remember what we said here. We're not out. This is not like I'm going to mass kill all the insects on the planet. That's not what this is about. This is about getting rid of the ones that are in your neighborhood that are bothering you during the times when you want to be outside. Because, you think about it, most mosquitoes, you don't see them really in the morning or in midday. You don't see bugs like that. They come out when the temperature comes down a little bit, right? It's got to be above 50, but when it gets at dusk and the burning hot sun isn't around, that's when the mosquitoes come out. That's when they feed, right? They're night feeders, and guess what? You are on the menu, and they will come after you, and they will chase you. And it's amazing because a lot of times we don't even know we've been bitten until we get in the house. And we're like, you feel that little, like, what is that? And then you're like, oh, no. And then it starts to rise up, right? And you get some people get, like, remember the girl I was telling you about? She'd get welts as big as a quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they weren't as bad. And I don't know if I'm just distasteful.
It's possible.
No, it isn't, Pete.
I was just agreeing with you.
I just think, I don't know, maybe I'm the wrong flavor. I don't know.
Well, you're lucky if you're...
But I still get bitten by other insects. It's like, what the... I can't stand flies. Flies in Florida are terrible. You ever get the horse flies, the big ones?
Yeah, that's a big problem when you're trying to eat outside and the flies are everywhere. Yeah. That can be a really, something that keeps you from being outdoors. And I can tell you that for someone who gets bit a lot by mosquitoes, hearing Guy's story, it's a little annoying that he doesn't get bit at all. Mosquitoes. You're lucky, but we all know people like that. But maybe this is something.
Don't say that, because then I'm going to say. No, I just don't get bit as regularly. I think, here's what I think. When there's somebody else with me.
That could be true.
They prefer them to me.
Then that's me.
And I will tell you, and it was always the poor ladies in my life. My poor mother, bless her heart, she'd be like, oh my gosh, it was so bad. And plus, don't forget, I've lived in different places, okay? I've lived out west. I've lived way up north, and now I'm way here down south in Florida. The one thing that we all had everywhere was bugs. No matter where you go, there are bugs. In the desert, flies. Flies like you read about in the desert. Up in Connecticut, the worst, I don't know if it was the worst mosquitoes ever, but pretty bad. Different types. Down here, even worse in Florida.
Absolutely. So maybe we get this for the person who is on that list, the #1 person. You're thinking if it's your mom or if it's your husband, somebody who's getting bit really bad, and it really makes it difficult for them to enjoy the outdoors at all. So this is a way to really do something about it. And if you're like me, Guy, have I told you all, like, again, these crazy different things that I've tried? Do you know there's one that I used to buy a propane tank every month?
Yeah.
And a big machine to try to get it to attract these mosquitoes.
Right.
And it's something that you just can't keep up with. There's too much going on, Guy. I can't remember to do that every few weeks.
I know.
So with DynaTrap,
you gotta buy a propane tank to get rid of mosquitoes.
With DynaTrap, it's perfect for somebody like me. You don't have to go outside. There's no maintenance to it. You're not buying something every week or every month to keep it going. You don't have to do anything but go out there after several months and take a look at that collection bin.
Normally here, we get eaten alive. You know it because you worked outside. Like in this area,
set.
We have, just so you all know, we're in Florida, and all around this set is what, Pete? Pretty much
woods,
swamp and woods.
Yeah, swamp, that's true.
We hear bullfrogs. Those guys are screaming out there. We had gators in the back. Remember the old days when we used to go to the pond?
Yep.
So we have a lot of wildlife around here, but this is all woods. Okay, real. This isn't we have a studio out here, but it's all open air. We have a little bit of a cover. The place is usually at this time of day crawling with mosquitoes. I have not seen any mosquitoes out here today.
This one here, Guy, this half acre, and then the full acre, which is on the other side of the set.
We got it covered here.
So they've been out here just over a week or just under a week.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what they've done. Now we've got 7 more on that table all plugged in and working. So it really is doing a great job. So I'm happy about it because you and I are out here quite a bit.
And let me tell you something. If it matters to you, and honestly, I'm being totally upfront with you. If it matters to you, if you don't like being bitten and you have a real problem, consider getting the large or consider getting more than one. If you have a big property and you entertain both in the front and the back, maybe you have a big lawn in the front and a beautiful pool in the back, let me tell you something. If you've got water back there and you think just the chlorine is going to kill, all the insects, let me tell you, splashing water, mosquitoes will go anywhere they can find water to lay their eggs, okay? And many of them are tolerant of all that different stuff, okay? No more spraying chemicals all over your body. No more sitting there taking the kids and rubbing their ankles and rubbing their necks. And then you get that terrible stuff in your hair. You smell like it when you go out. You ever go to somebody's house and you're gonna go out after? You got to take a shower because you're covered in bug spray.
That's exactly what I said earlier today.
Did you?
When you put that bug spray on, exactly, you just want to be outside for an hour and then you're going to go do something else or join someone else for dinner. It's awful. You can't have that spray all over you.
And now even the stuff that smells nice, everybody knows that's bug spray.
Right, it's the bug spray smell. It's nice, but it's bug spray.
Well, and it's still an oil, and you're covering your skin and your pores with it, and I'm sorry, but the best way to do it is do it the more natural way. First of all, you're not putting any pollution into the environment, which you do with chemical sprays. All right, you don't have to go and buy a tank for anything. You don't have to worry about this or that. All you do is you replace the bulbs from time to time. We give you the backup bulb so you don't have to worry about it for a full year. You have 90 days to try it. This is how it works. It's basically a layered system of smart technology.
To attract them. DynaTrap nailed the technology with this. We're attracting those bugs, those annoying bugs. What we're doing is with the blue light is going to attract them. Then we're going to attract them by creating that CO2, and then we are vacuuming them in. They get drawn into that basket. They can't get back out. And we have independent testing for mosquitoes, flies, wasps, hornets, stink bugs, and moths. Again, the technology is, here's the cool thing about it, it's safe, it's silent. I mean, it's so easy. Yeah, so it's simple, it's safe, it's going to be silent. You are going to love this because I think it takes the hassle out of it. And when you think about how it operates, where we want to put this one's very close to me, but it would be 20 to 25 feet from where you are spending time outdoors. It's going to attract all the bugs there. It's going to trap them. So you're not taking something that's temporary with the torches or the sprays or the candles that are right next to you. What can this really do to temporarily...
I don't like smelling the candles.
Right, you're smelling the candle. The mosquitoes are still, they can go just a few feet away and still bite you. This is a way to eliminate those mosquitoes.
And if you like to travel, if you have an RV or you're a camper, take one of these things. You know, you usually have a hookup at your campsite. Plug one of these things in around your campsite, especially if you're going to be there for a couple days. Try to work on that little area you're in. I mean, you can take them with you. All you need is you plug them in. You can grab an extra long extension cord if you want to put it way out somewhere. It's completely weatherproof. You don't have to worry about that. It doesn't involve any maintenance. You're not going to have to empty the thing, but maybe once every couple, 3 weeks, if that. And I would do it mainly just to see what you're getting, because it's a great feeling to do that, right? Even longer than that.
I mean, it really depends on the amount of bugs, and it can collect a lot of bugs, but you know, they don't take up a lot of space.
No, they're small.
But you're right. And Guy, your point about even taking this if you're on an RV on a campsite somewhere is that when you get this home, wherever you plug it in, it starts to work immediately, which I think is really nice, because this is going to work. You turn on that light, it starts warming up, creating that carbon dioxide. It starts attracting those bugs right away. And then leave it on 24 hours a day. And it is going to, and remember, 10 cents a day to run the large full acre, and 3 cents a day to run that half acre.
So $3 a month, 10 cents a day times 30. That's
nice.
$3 a month.
That's right.
I would tell you, I'd pay $3 a day. I would easily pay that. If I'm having people over and they're getting eaten alive, guess what? Their night is ruined. And what are they going to remember? I got eaten alive at that party last night. How many times have you heard that? Man, I went to this thing down at this guy's house. We got eaten alive out there. How many times have you heard that? Now you can do something about it. And you can do it on FlexPay. Put that FlexPay thing up one more time if you could, Mr. Kyle, there, and we'll show everybody. You don't even have to pay for this all at once. You can break up the payments. We have an HSN credit card. Brand new card gives you a discount, and it gives you even more time to pay it off. Look at that. Half acre is only $15.96. The full acre is only $25. I would say I'd pay $25 just not to itch all day. Because I know that drives me crazy.
It's annoying when you have this experience of not being able to
sleep at night because you're itching.
Right, and you can't enjoy the outdoors. So, Guy, I wanted to remind everyone with that full acre that you're getting that year's supply of bulbs. So with the full acre, you get 4 bulbs because it takes 2 at a time. Yeah. So it has 2 in it. You're getting 4 more. So that means a full year's supply of those bulbs. They last about 4 months, which is great. So then with the half acre, it uses a single bulb. You can see it's kind of a double bulb, but it's a single unit. So you're getting 2 of those to give you your year's supply. This unit also comes with a mounting bracket and the chain, and then they both come with a brush just to help you clean out that collection bin. So it is such a great opportunity to think about not having the annoyance of these mosquitoes and not having to go back and forth and try to spend all the money on the sprays and the chemicals and then burning.
You know what I love is another thing that I've scratched off my list of things that I need to take care of.
One less thing to worry about.
One less thing to worry about. And I know whether it's your own family or the families of friends and people, maybe you have a pool and you like to have a 4th of July party, how cool will it be to put this off, 30, 40 yards away from the house, wherever you feel you want to situate it, put it up there and have people actually enjoy themselves and not be doing this and doing that and doing that. That drives me crazy. Or doing this and spraying their hair and their legs and all that and having to worry about that. There are some people that won't go to a party, that will not go to an outdoor event because they either have a problem with mosquitoes or they're just an average person that gets eaten alive, or some like the people I know that get swarmed by them. And I'm convinced it's blood type and all that. I think it's something, could be perfume. I don't know what you're wearing, but I'm telling you, this is gonna work for you. You're gonna have the time to relax and enjoy, knowing that it's working. I love how it looks. I think it's beautiful. It looks like a glowing light off in the distance. Looks like a camp lantern, right? Easy to maintain and clean. Takes 2 seconds to put it together. All you need to do is plug it in. And once you plug it in, you have scratched that thing off your list. Is it gonna eliminate every bug on the planet? No. We don't want it to do that. Bugs are good for the environment and blah, blah, blah in the long run, but I don't want to live with them, just like I don't want cockroaches and ants in my house. But I don't need to kill all the cockroaches and ants. I just don't want to live with them. This is the same principle and premise, is that you can eliminate in your area, a large portion of those and with mosquitoes, it's all about numbers. It's a numbers game, right? I mean, if I can get rid of 100 mosquitoes, that's 100 less chances of me itching.
Exactly.
That's worth the money.
And when you eliminate those mosquitoes, you eliminate 100, you're eliminating more mosquitoes. Exactly.
Yes.
So if you can really start to make a dent in that population, because again, they stay in your area. Those are your mosquitoes, sadly. They stay there. This is a way to start to eliminate them, and it starts working immediately. You put it out there, you will see in that collection bin. I was amazed, and I basically, after 6 months, had the half acre completely full of bugs, and I finally emptied that, and I was blown away. But it works. Safe, simple, it's silent. It's really, really amazing.
This little fly right here, he's getting ready to go in.
Ooh.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Not looking good for him.
He's like, you know, because it's getting light now, but he's being drawn by that CO2. Now, this is the small version. This is the half acre right here, okay? So this will work for, you know, a small to medium-sized property. If you have a large property and you want to put one on either side of the house, you can do that, and we have the large available. This is the stone color. Comes in bronze, which is next, and then it comes in black. And then it comes in a larger version, a full acre version of each one of those colors that I just talked about. Listen, it's one time a year. Don't wait, because midnight the price goes up to full price. These are going very, very fast. The bronze is the most popular. We give you the backup lights and a full 90 days. Not 30, not 60, 90 days, the whole summer. If it doesn't work,
it's amazing.
Send it back. The reason they do that, it works. And you're going to love it. Peter, amazing job.
Thanks so much.
When are you back?
I am back at 9 a.m. Yeah, 9 a.m.
All right. Thank you so much for our callers today. I appreciate you guys calling in and sharing your stories about the bugs. But we will have another airing of this coming up. If you joined us late and you want to get a full airing, that's coming up in a little bit. In the meantime, it's 081259. It's our best value of the day. If you want to have an enjoyable summer and you want to get rid of a good portion of those biting insects, and I'm talking mosquitoes, I'm talking flies, wasps, hornets, stink bugs, there's more. The list goes on and on. You can actually play a role. And the best part is, like we said, it's not only good for you because you're not putting chemicals on you, it's good for the environment too because we're not spraying that stuff in the air. So
absolutely.
Great deal.
It's gonna work. Try it. I love mine.
Pete. Great job. All right, stay tuned. Brett is coming your way next. He's gonna lead you on from here, and I'll see you in a couple of days for